So this is the video for the last homework, for homework number 7 that we have, and this homework is going to be done in AutoCAD and not in Revit. Okay, so as soon as you open AutoCAD 2020, this is the screen that you see. So to start your drawing, you're going to click here on Start Drawing. Okay, so before we start actually drawing in this assignment, I would like to change some options that I think it's very important to help us draw. So down here, right on the right of model, I'm going to right click and click on Snap Settings. And if you go to Object Snap, you're going to select all the options here. You're going to hit OK. One more option that I would like to change is I'm going to press OP, Enter, to change the options, and on User Preferences tab, I'm going to click on the right click Customization, and I'm going to select the Repeat Last Command and Enter. That means that every time that you execute a command and want to repeat it, instead of typing the command again, you can just right click. Apply and close, apply, OK. Now that we have our options set up, let's see what the assignment asks us. So the first thing we need to do is we need to create layers. So here's what I'm going to do. For now, I'm going to divide my screen just so I can see better. And I'm going to set up my layers. The way I'm going to do it, I'm going to press LA, that's the shortcut for layer. And I'm going to create 3 layers. 1, 2, 3. So the first one will be dimensions, and the color is red. The second one is sheet, and the color is yellow. The third one is wrench, and the color is magenta. Okay, now that I have my drawing ready, my layers ready, I'm going to start actually drawing my wrench. And this is how we need to draw. Okay, we need to follow these exact dimensions. Okay, but to help you with that, I would recommend you to take a look at the attached drawing in the end of the assignment. Okay. Here you can actually see better what are the dimensions that we're looking for. So each square is 0.5 inches that we need to draw. So what I'll do is I'm going to press L, Enter, which is the command for line. I'm going to click anywhere, and I'm going to start with this part here on the top left. And I'm going to do 5, Enter. If you're already familiar with the drawing tool, you can skip this part and come back after the drawing of the wrench is ready. Okay, so for now I'm going to keep following the drawing here just so we do exactly the same. So 1, 2, 3 squares, that is 1.5. So now comes a little, oops, something is wrong here. This is not actually 5. This is 0.5. Okay, now I need to go 1.5 this way. So to draw this inclined part of the wrench, what I'm going to do is I'll do 0.5 down, 0.5 to the right, and then I'm going to connect these 2 points. I'm going to select this, and I can either press Delete or E, Enter. Instead of pressing Enter, you can also press E and right click with your mouse. So this should work as long as you have the same options as I have, which are the options that I explained in the beginning of the video. So now I need to go down 1, 2, 3, 4. So let's see. So that's 2 inches. And instead of drawing again, one tool that I can use is I'm going to select this, and I'm going to use the tool Mirror, which the shortcut is MI. And for this tool, first I select the object, press MI, enter, and I'm going to click at the point where I want to mirror my object. But I don't want to mirror only this, I want to mirror all of that. MI, enter. And it's going to ask me if I need to erase the source objects. That is the object that I had just selected. So I'm going to say no and enter. And I'm going to keep drawing. So 0.5, 0.5, I'll connect it. And 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is 2 inches, 0.5, 0.5, connect. Okay, now I need to go 1 inch up, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that is 5 inches. So now I'm not going to worry for now about these rounded parts. I'm just going to draw straight lines, and then we'll take care of the rounded parts later. 0.5, 0.5, connect, and delete. So that is 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 inches, and 0.5, 0.5, connect. Right click. 1, 2, 3, 4. That is 2 inches again. And notice that I'm going to use the mirror command again. I'm going to select my objects, press MI, enter, and I'm going to select the point which I'm going to mirror my objects, and I'll press no. Okay, so I'll do the same thing. I'll select these parts here, MI, enter, I'll click at the midpoint, I'll drag my mouse to the left, click again, press and enter. Okay. Okay, now notice that there is a square here. So I'm just going to create temporary lines just to have a reference of where to start drawing the square. 0.5, 0.5, and 1 inch up, 1 inch right, 1 inch down, 1 inch left. Oops. Control Z, 1 inch here. Now I can delete this. Okay, from this part I'll do 1 inch just for a temporary line, and I'm going to draw for this part. Okay, this is 1 inch. Now notice that I'm going to make use of the mirror tool again. MI, enter, and here, no, and MI, enter, here, and enter, delete this. Okay, so how do I make this circle now? So notice that the circle is 1, 2, 3 squares from the midpoint of this line here. So that is 1.5 inches. Now I need to create a circle that I know that the center of the circle is going to be at the end of this line. So I press C, enter, I'll click here, and you should read what's written down here. Specify radius of circle. So we know that the diameter is 2 inches, so this radius is 1. I'll delete this. Our range is almost ready. Now we just need to round these edges. To do that, I'm going to use a tool called fillet. The shortcut is F, enter. So now I need to select the radius. I'll press R, enter, and specify the radius, which is 0.5 as it's written here. Enter. Now I select the 2 lines that I want to connect, and I right click to repeat the command. Okay, so our drawing is ready. Now I'm going to select all my range, and I'm going to select the layer and change it to the layer range. Okay. I'm going to draw the sheet just to show you guys that's not going to fit. So you will notice that if you come here the second step is to actually draw the wrench. Okay, and you can always double check if the dimensions are correct with the tool DLI, which stands for dimension linear. So this should be 11 inches. This is correct. Or you can just press DI. It's a distance. So you click here and on the second point, and down here you can see distance in X is 11 inches. So it's correct. So we need to put this range in a letter size paper. A letter size paper is 11 inches by 8.5 inches. 11, 8.5. So if I try to put the range in the sheet, you see that it doesn't actually fit because we need to have a margin of, let's say, 0.4 inches, right? So what I did here was I used the command offset, O, enter, specify the distance, 0.4, enter, click on the object that you want to offset and click on the side where you want it to be offsetted, and I'll press the fillet tool to join these two lines. So I pressed F enter. Now I'm going to press R enter, and the radius should be 0, and I can join the two lines now. And I'm pressing the right button of my mouse to repeat the last command. So now if I select the range and press M, enter, which is the move command, you'll see that it's not going to fit here. So we need to actually apply a scale for this range. Okay? Okay, so I'm going to copy the range just so I don't lose the original drawing. I'll press CO as in copy, enter. I'll click on my reference point and I'll move it to the right. So now I can select my object and apply a scale to it. So you'll see later on, after you draw your sheet, that the scale will be exactly 3/4. Okay, so I'll select my range, press SC as in scale, and I'll specify a base point just anywhere here, and I'll apply a factor of 3/4. So now, if you get the scale, press M to move it, you'll see that it's going to fit. Okay, so, but we also need to remember that our wrench needs to be dimensioned. So if I press DIL, enter, this distance will not be 11 anymore, will be 8.25. We need to fix this. Since we apply a scale factor of 3/4 for our wrench, we need to apply a scale factor of 4/3 for our dimensions. To do that, we'll need to create a new dimension style. I'll press D, enter, to create a new dimension style. So this is the standard dimension that we have been using. I'll create a new one. I'll just do new dimension, continue. And now here is the trick. I need to go to the primary units tab and apply a scale factor of 4/3. Okay. Also, I don't need that many decimal places. I'll just do 2 decimal places. I'll hit OK and OK. So now if I select my dimension, go to the annotate tab and change it to the, let me maximize it, change it to the new dimension, you see that it changed back to 11 inches. Okay, and we can do that for the rest of our drawing. Let me put this back here, and I'll apply all the dimensions that are here. So 0.5. Okay, so I have all my linear dimensions ready. Now I need to dimension the curved dimensions. So to do that, to dimension a circle, we need to press D as in dimension, DI as in diameter. So I'm going to put the dimension of this circle right here, and I'll do the same for the other ones, but I'll do DRA, okay, to dimension the circus, the radius. And I'm just pressing right click, the right button on my mouse, and to repeat the last command, okay? Notice that all of these dimensions now need to be on the color red. So I'll select all of them. I'll go to the Home tab, and I'll change my layer to Dimensions. Okay. Okay, now I can move my wrench to my drawing. I'll have to move this a little bit. Okay. For some reason, all of my dimensions changed layers, and I'll do dimension again. Okay. Let me move this in here, and I'll move this down here, just so everything fits. Okay, perfect. Now I need to create a title block for myself. Okay, to do that, I'm going to use a tool called mText. This is to create a text. So I'll do just like the one that is here, Engineering 171. If you already know how to do a title block, you can skip this step and keep watching to see what's going to be our next step. Okay, I'll press Ctrl V and Ctrl V to keep moving all that, but let me move all of this up a little bit, like this. Okay, let me change this to, instead of 0.2, I'll do 0.15. Okay, I'll actually start down here with the due date, and I'll do 0.1. Okay, due date 12/6/2019, and all that will be, let me maximize. Actually, no, we don't need to do that. This needs to be centered, and I'll press Ctrl U to underline it. Okay, I'll put this here, and I'll do something like that. Align here and align here. It doesn't have to be exactly like the one that it's here. I'm going to copy, pressing CO to the side. Date assigned 11/22/2019. Okay, this will go here, and I'm going to copy this line here, and scale, that will be 3/4. This is not underlined. Okay, and sheet, this will be 1/1. Okay, and I'll copy this up here. Let me center this a little bit, and instructor, so I'm going to use a tool here called Trim, TR, Enter, and I'll press Enter again, and then if I click here, I can get rid of this thing that is sticking out. Okay, I'll move this down a little bit. Okay, now student, and now here you're going to type your name and your CWID. Okay, I'm going to copy this again. Engineering 171, homework number 7. Okay, let me copy this here, and I'll use the fillet tool to join these two lines. Okay, so our drawing is almost ready to be printed. We need to select everything that we did so far, and we need to change the layer to sheet. Okay, so now we need to print our work. To do that, I will press Ctrl P. The printer plotter should be DWG to PDF, and let's select the 11 by 8.5. The display, will select the window, click here and up here. Okay, center to plot. Let's uncheck this option and check one by one. Okay. Okay, now if you go to the preview, you'll notice a few things. First of all, our drawing should be all black and white, and it's got the colors. Also, the margins don't show up in our drawing. If I press escape to go back, this is because I need to go to the PDF options, the properties of the printer, and go to modify standard paper size. I'll scroll all the way down and I'll find the same name that I see here, NZA 11 by 8.5, and I'll modify and change all of that to 0. Next, finish. I'll hit OK. OK. Now, if I click on preview, now I can see my whole sheet. Okay. Okay. So the only thing that we need to change now are the colors. So I'm going to select AutoCAD.ctb on my plot style table, and I'll hit yes. And when I click here, I have the options to change all my colors and line weight, the thicknesses. So I'll select the first one, red, should be black, and the line weight should be 0.05, just like it's here on the PDF document. Yellow should be black, and line weight should be 0.05. Magenta should be black, and the line weight should be 0.5. Sorry, the yellow should be 0.1 actually. Yes, yes, and yes. Save and close. Hit preview, and this is how your drawing should look like. You'll see that the magenta color has a thicker line. Okay, you can press escape and hit OK, and there we go. Now you can save your PDF file, and this is how it should look like. Okay, exactly how we saw, except we don't have the grids. Okay, and this is the video for homework number 7. If you guys have any questions, please feel free to email me.